Thank you so much. Well, I think it's clear to y'all that these candidates have fire in their belly and the passion to do what's right for this district. So, Ms. McManus, if you wouldn't mind letting us know what you would do to make sure District 24 receives its fair share of transportation funding.
You know, again, I think that the legislature got off to a really good start on that in the last session with the tax by district for transportation projects at the state and the district. And also work to streamline these projects so that they don't take as long as they should possibly take. You know, we're going to have a question before us about whether Forsyth County should, you know, remain in the Georgia Mountain region or move to the ARC, and I think that that's something that we have to take a good strong look at, because there's valid arguments for both. You know, but I would represent the people of the district and would engage the opinion and the feel of the people in the district, you know, as well on that issue. You know, again, I think that they got off to a great start with the recent bill. I think we ought to continue with that if we can, and decide which of the regions we really belong in.
Thank you. Mr. Wright?
I don't, as far as getting the money here for transportation, you know, I don't know what to do more than's already been done. Mark Hamilton is the District 23 rep, as they mentioned earlier, and he's the chairman of the Transportation Committee. And, you know, everything that could be done is being done. When they talk about the districts and, you know, leaving it up to the voters to put out to a referendum for, you know, funding for transportation, that bothers me some, because I'd like to see a little more dedicated to Forsyth County, you know, have the revenue specific, rather than when you do something, have a different part of the district, or if we're, you know, have a different area take more of the money from this area, when taxpayers want it done right here. They want the issues fixed here. So other than keeping people's feet to the fire and working hard in the legislature, I don't know what more can be done.
Thank you. Mr. Dudgeon?
Representative Hamilton, I'm sure would love to be chairman of the Transportation Committee. He's on it. He's chairman of Government Affairs, but he is very influential, and he does a great job representing our county in that issue. This is one of those questions that you get asked in political debates, but really doesn't have a good answer. You're outnumbered by a bunch of people from South Georgia in the legislature, and there's only a limit to what you can do. And the reason we do have roads in nowhere is because of sheer political force, and that is just the way it is. So I think anybody up here, anybody from this county, is going to fight really hard to do the best they can to keep as much money here as possible. It was better when Mike Evans was the chair of the DOT board. That obviously was great for our community. It helped us get some money up here from the state roads. But I'm not going to give you an answer like it's going to be some sort of miraculous thing that can be done. You just have to fight hard. You have to play the politics as much as you do. Work with those people in South Georgia and make sure that we get money up here where, you know, we're paying a lot of the taxes. We deserve to get the roads.
Thank you. Ms. McManus?
You think Mark Hamilton lied to me?
Mr. Wright, would you support a law in Georgia similar to Arizona's illegal immigration law?
Yes, I would. And I can tell you, I support immigration. I support legal immigration. The illegal immigration is just, that's a problem that needs to be dealt with. And the federal government hasn't stepped up to the plate. The Obama administration is welcoming these folks with open arms, and that just has to stop. We have people every year that come to this country legally. They work hard, they go through all the proper channels, we bring them in here, and they are solid, productive citizens. So to mention any type of illegal immigration or putting amnesty out there, it's an insult to the people who come here legally and really want to work in this country. Now, like I said, I support immigration. These guys come here, this is a land of opportunity, but it has to be done in the proper manner.
Thank you, Mr. Wright. Mr. Dudgeon?
I had to laugh when this issue was coming up, and on CNN the headline says, Arizona law makes illegal immigrants illegal. This has gotten to the point of being a farce. One of the most important things about our country is the rule of law. The law says these people are illegal, they are illegal. If we don't like that, let's change the law. I totally support moving to an Arizona-style law. Georgia actually already has a very tough immigration law passed a couple of years ago. Just the mainstream media wasn't really paying attention at the time, so we didn't get as much press as Arizona did. We already have a very tough law. I know from talking to the legislatures there will be an Arizona-style law pre-filed. I will support it. It's one of those things where you can't make your decision based on emotion. You get some sob stories like this Kennesaw State girl. I feel sorry for her. I'm sure she's a good person. But if you make public policy based on individual sob stories, you end up making bad public policy. Let's go ahead and straighten this mess out. We've got to have respect for the law in the United States, or we have nothing.
Thank you, Mr. Judge. And Ms. McManus?
Immigration is something that is dear to me, and I'm sure many of you. My grandfather immigrated to this country with 18 cents in his pocket, but he did it the legal way. The thing about the bill in Arizona, yes, we should do something similar in Georgia, absolutely. But what we have to remember about that bill is that there is nothing in that bill that the federal government doesn't already have the authority to do, and they just refuse to do so. So I think the fact that the federal government's considering bringing a lawsuit against the state of Arizona for the bill is just, it's nonsense. So yes, I would support similar legislation, but it also has to be, we have to keep in mind that if we do that, we also are going to have to equip our local law enforcement with the resources that they need to enforce that, the regulations that we are already supposed to be enforcing.